More now on our breaking news today. The Facebook owner Meta will not renew its deal with Australian news media organisations to pay for news content. The Australian government's released a statement this hour in response to the decision. It reads, Meta's decision to no longer pay for news content in a number of jurisdictions represents a dereliction of its commitment to the sustainability of Australian news media. The government has made its expectations clear. The decision removes a significant source of revenue for Australian news media businesses. Australian news publishers deserve fair compensation for the content they provide. Let's go live now to Sky News digital editor Jack Houghton. Jack, what impact does this have on the broader Australian media landscape?
Well, thanks for having me, Kieran. For many newsrooms, this is going to be absolutely disastrous. Now, the government's statement there, I think that it was quite comforting to a lot of people to see that they are taking it seriously. It is also disappointing that we have gotten to this state, but in terms of framing it as a significant investment, we're talking about $70 million that have been wiped off the budgets for newsrooms all over the country. That even includes our national broadcaster, which was investing that money into regional journalism, which we all know desperately is needed. We're going to be in a situation eventually where we're going to have New Zealand, where we've had news hubs shut down, and they have a single national broadcaster there publishing news. So in terms of media diversity, it's absolutely tragic. But there's a few interesting things about this as well, because Meta has been posting absolutely record profits, billions and billions of dollars in record profits last year, off the back of content which is propping up the ecosystem in Facebook. Now, they make the argument, the ideological argument, that our content doesn't help their business, etc. And when this conversation came up in Canada, they actually fled the Canadian market. Now, people in Canada cannot even get news on social media. So right now, we're going to have to watch very closely how the government handles this situation, because if the government doesn't designate them a platform under the news bargaining code and lets Facebook get away with this, we could be in a situation where newsrooms are shutting down, or even worse, Australians are restricted in the mediums in which they can actually access that news.
Yeah, indeed. And we're going to hear this afternoon, Jack, from the Minister for Communications and the Assistant Treasurer, Stephen Jones, and Michelle Rowland, the Minister for Communications. So hopefully, Jack, I guess a reassurance, reiterating from them what they said in the statement, and that is that they do back this code, which was initially achieved by Josh Frydenberg, Jack.
Yeah, well, it was a coalition initiative, and there has always been a little bit of a question about, would Labor actually enact this code? We all know it's the law. Facebook right now is circumventing their legal obligations to compensate newsrooms for the content that they profit off. Now, a fact out there, which is quite an incredible fact, Meta and Google collectively take 60%, so 60 cents on every dollar of online spend. That is them. They've come into the advertising market and they've soaked up all of this revenue. They've monetized the content of hardworking journalists. They've recorded a $39 billion profit last year. And then they've turned around and said, well, thank you for all of your content. We're not going to compensate you. We don't believe in any of the copyright payments back for fair use of your journalism. Now, the ball is really in Labor's court. The coalition threatened them, and Facebook, you will remember, momentarily pulled out. Will Labor do that, or will it be another broken promise by Albanese?
Yeah, let's hope we see them stick by the code and in line with this statement they've put out today. Jack Houghton, digital editor at Sky News, thanks so much, appreciate it.